wish we didn't have games like this. I wish when we got ahead we could, stay on the field and the other team not stay on the field. But the other team didn't score much. But anyway, it got to be a sluggish, slow game there. But a lot of guys played well, and we hit some big plays here and there. Steven Garcia ran the ball very well, and it was sort of a sloppy game. But our defense played well, and certainly holding 13 points is good. They had a bunch of third down conversions and 3rd and 1, and we didn't have a whole bunch of them. And we missed a few opportunities, but we played well, and we won the game, and we'll try to improve a lot for the next game against Georgia. Okay, any questions?
Raise your hand, we'll get you a microphone. Dave up front.
Yeah, go ahead.
Steve, Garcia took a lot of those runs and kind of led with his head for the tackle. I mean, do you still get nervous seeing him doing that?
Yeah, we don't. We tell him to find him a little hole to sort of dive in there, but he's a big guy, and obviously his first touchdown run, he ran over that guy on about the 8-yard line and caroomed into the end zone. That was a heck of a play, and that was the first score of the game. So at that time, that was a good drive. I tell you, we looked first 5 plays of the game. We went backwards, and then we had 2 offsides by offensive linemen. I think we're sitting there with about a 2nd and 20 when we threw Alshon that 20-yard comeback that Steven zipped in there, and somehow another went on down, had a 90-yard drive for a touchdown. So it wasn't easy. Not many turnovers. I guess our only turnover was Clifford's play there at the end. But anyway, got to let the kid throw one. I thought he dumped down underneath, but he tossed it right to him. So that was, I think, our only turnover of the game, which it was pretty good ball security. And I guess we got 2. Got a fumble, and we got a pick there early in the game. So anyway, just a good, solid game for us. Lattimore had some nice runs in there. We didn't have any big, long runs except for Ace Sanders. Ace had 2 big plays in the game, and obviously we've got to get him more involved in our offense as we go along. So it was a good opening win for us.
Levi up front.
Yeah.
Coach, it seemed like you never adjusted to your spread in the corner routes to the sideline.
What was the question?
It seemed like they never adjusted to your spread offense and your pass to the sideline.
We were passing to the sideline, or they weren't?
No, I'm saying they seem to never adjust to your spread offense, your passes going to the corners.
We hit a few balls here and there, but it wasn't. Alshon had over 100 yards catching. I don't know how well we did offensively. We did make some yards and hit some big plays. We did hit some big plays, and we ran the ball so-so. I bet we didn't average over 3.5 yards a carry or so, but that's okay. We had some good runs in there and so forth. But we got a lot to improve on. But it was a good win. Proud of the guys. I knew we were ready to play, and it was good. We had almost all of our players out here. Had a couple that didn't make it, and hopefully they'll be back next week.
Can you talk about Garcia first half, second half? He missed one at the goal line there that looked like could have been a touchdown in the first half.
Well, yeah, the one to Alshon, he just underthrew slightly, and Alshon said I should have had it. One of those that he got his hands on it,
but some nice touch in the second half.
Oh, he threw some good ones. Yeah, he threw a good streak to Alshon down in front of our bench, and the one to Ace was a nice throw that Ace ran down. So yeah, we had some good plays here and there. We really did, and then we had a lot of ugly plays. But hopefully we can learn from them, and move on, get ready for the SEC games that are coming up. A big one in a week or so.
You mentioned the guys who didn't play. It seemed like that came down to the last minute. Was that a distraction? How close that came to kickoff?
Yeah, it was a little bit, but we didn't try to make it a distraction. But it certainly was a relief that we had basically almost our entire team ready to play here tonight. At one time, it looked like there was a possibility that a lot of them might not be able to play. So it worked out, and it was nice to get all the guys on the field. Spencer Lanning had a super night, as we thought he would. Made both of his field goals and punted for 52.5 average. somebody up for punter of the year or kicker of the year, you can go ahead and start with Spencer. I don't think publicity and praise will affect him, but he's a good one. He's very good.
Coach, how do you feel the offense, how efficient it was in just getting up and running the plays and you know, just being efficient in
So-so. I do like the call the play at the line of scrimmage type stuff. Of course, they're doing the same things we do. Southern Miss. I don't think either team huddled all night, did it? When's that ever happened at Williams-Brice Stadium? Y'all remember that? Y'all may have seen a first here, Glenn. You've seen a lot of football here, haven't you?
Yes.
I don't think either team got to huddle out on the field, did they? Everybody see a huddle? I didn't see one. But anyway, yeah, I sort of like that, and it gives you a little extra time, and as long as you have your signals down and your code words and all that kind of stuff, it works pretty well. We didn't know their code words, and I don't think they knew any of ours. So it's a good way to go because it gives you time. You know, the games may be 4 hours long, but anyway, it worked out time-wise fairly well.
Steve, with the investigation, though, is that all over and done with now, except for the two guys?
No, there's some still going on with a couple of guys, and we'll see how that turns out, hopefully in the next few days.
Chris?
Steve, could you speak to the maturity your team showed, the focus? I mean, because I'm sure it's probably been a little bit of a bizarre last week or so, but to come out and be ready to play the way they did.
Well, we were ready to play, and we had good practices, and we sort of operated that those guys were going to play, and our plan B wasn't very much in place. I don't know exactly what we would have done. But anyway, all the guys, basically, except a couple, were able to play. But we've had good practices. Our guys are in good shape. Craig Fitzgerald, strength coach. We gave him a game ball. Seems like opening win of the year. We always give it to the strength coach for getting the guys in super shape throughout the summer. But anyway, our guys, I think, are in excellent condition and play fast and so forth. But we got to get a lot better. If we can want to make a run or have a big year, whatever, we got a lot of areas we need to clean up. So hopefully we can learn from this game and move on.
Coach, did you see enough in the running game to be encouraged that you can?
A little bit, yeah, a little bit here and there. It was an, you know, we had 41 points with 11 minutes left, didn't we, or something? And then, you know, I think they sort of milked the clock out on us. I was thinking for a while there we might, for the first time ever, score 50, but we couldn't quite do it. So anyway, but I think we'd need to score 50 sometime. I think it's good to score 50 if you can, but we couldn't do it tonight. So, I don't know. It's good.
Steve, could you elaborate a little bit on Lattimore, and do you think he can carry the load?
He's a good back. He's a good back. Kenny Miles ran well, too. They're all good backs, and Marcus has had most of the carries. And, he'd been the only one that's been healthy the whole preseason. But Kenny Miles had some good runs. Jarvis had one or two in there. So they didn't have him on the stat sheet here. I guess he didn't have enough. But anyway, we got some good backs, and Marcus played well tonight. Okay.
Coach, you gotta look at Connor Shaw a little bit, running in, throwing. Talk about his performance.
Connor did okay. Connor. I told him you got to get the ball out of your hands. You're gonna get clobbered back there. He likes to run, but he had a chance to throw that swing pass there at the end, you know. And I said, why didn't you throw the swing pass to Kenny? And he said, Coach, he wasn't looking. I said, well, you hit him in the back of the head if he's not looking. You can't just keep. He said he wasn't looking. I said, how can you tell he's not looking? You guys are all over. You just throw it out there. But anyway, that was an answer I've never quite heard on a swing pass. He wasn't looking. Let's see if he's looking. But anyway, he's got a lot of ability, and he can run. He got clobbered a few times right at the end of that first half. But that was a nice throw and catch to D.L. Moore. So anyway, we didn't get shut out on touchdown passes. We got one for the night. Had some chances at others, but we just didn't quite connect on Alshon's and the one to Marcus right at the end of the half. Connor threw just a little behind him, and he made that diving catch. But anyway, anything else?
On your offensive balance, can you talk about how much easier it is as a play caller when you've got a running game that you can work off of?
Well, yeah, we threw 30 and ran 35, and that's a good stat for winning. 65 plays is not a lot, though. That's for sure. They didn't score, but we couldn't get them off the field there much in that second half. So it was just one of those games. Everybody went to sleep second half, including me almost. But it was a good win, and hopefully we can build on it, and get ready for the next one. Yeah. Slow down. I wish they wouldn't slow down like that. I wish we could keep firing and keep roaring at them, but we're not quite there yet. Okay.
Thanks, Coach.
All right. See you all.